biggest beef of 2017. It's only February, Francis, and we already have a beef that went from poking fun for about 7 years, Shaq to JaVale McGee, to poking fun on Twitter, to but threatening on Twitter, to moms stepping in.
That's when you know it's getting too serious, when they call each other's moms. And this is like, all right, moms are settling this thing now.
Seriously. You know, like if you're in trouble and your mom calls and you know you did something wrong, and you know she knows you did something wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
immediate pickup.
You're in a school ground feud, and if that one person who will probably get called a tattletale turns around and goes, I'm going to get my mom to call your mom and tell her what you've been doing. That's it.
Yeah.
The beef is done.
In 5th grade, that's pretty much the nice way of saying you're fucked.
Yeah, you're done.
No video games, no going outside, no playing with your friends, no
eating.
Power Rangers.
No eating. No, that was just my mom was just a little.
No eating. No water.
Big up.
No water. No nothing. Damn. I've met your mother. She's a nice lady.
No, there's no. My mom was the worst at punishment. This is what everyone who knows me will probably be like. That's why he's such a pretentious little loser. Because my mom would never punish me, man. She would just give. I'm such a mummy's boy. And my dad would try and punish me. My mom would, like, on the side, she'd be like, here's your phone back. Here's this.
What about your brother?
No, he would face a little bit more of the harsher punishment. He was the older, so I was a baby in my mum's eyes. Damn. I mean, let's be honest. If you are the youngest, you're immediately the worst.
Fact.
You are the worst.
Wait, the worst? Oh, the worst because you get the most
No,
breaks.
yeah, no, you're treated completely different, but you are undoubtedly the worst because parents have already been through the system, so they soon realize that all that strict harshness, you've already ran its course.
It
you know,
doesn't
you're
work
just like,
because they
what's the
rebel
point anymore. Like, we've already done it. We've already seen that 13-year-old like throwing their massive hissy fit. Well, let's just avoid that. We know what it takes now. Let the kid run his course, and this is what you get.
Laissez-faire parenting. That's what I'll be doing.
But anyway, that was complete.
So here's like the highlights from JaVale and Shaq's Twitter war. I didn't grab every tweet because you guys have because you guys have the internet too. So because you're watching us on the internet, so go look it up yourselves. JaVale McGee. So one of the things that started this from going from playful to serious was he quote tweets Shaq saying, "Now since you're on a good team, you want to act like you're a player. Now stop it. You'll only be remembered for Shaq than a fool. #bumass." JaVale with the fantastic use of a peanut emoji. "Forget being on a good team. I'm a grown man. You've had these peanuts in your mouth for 5 to 6 years now. You thought I was just going to stay silent? All right, fair."
I don't think he had the peanuts in his mouth. I think he had those nuts in his mouth.
These nuts in your mouth. Put the peanuts in your mouth, these nuts in your mouth, whatever. Regardless. These nuts, he's nuts, carpe these nuts. Shaq tweet number 2. His response. Nice timing, Jacory. JaVale McGee 34. "Don't be acting like you a little G. I'm sorry, acting like you a G. I'll smack the shit out of you, bum ass. You the one that be looking stupid with your dumb ass." Like, this isn't even good trash talk. Like, he's not even making any sense. Okay, we threatening people now. Kick rocks, you old bastard. You ain't gonna do shit. And that's on my mama. Stick to cooning. I'm quoting it. I'm allowed to say it, right? Okay, thank you, Jacory. Twitter.com/Shaq. Still, like, get serious. Now, first of all, Shaq, best response of the night, though. America meet JaVale Bum McGee. I mean, come on, it's funny. You got it. It's funny. And then, lastly, Franco, the moms. Why'd this have to stop? Shaq's mother. "No," O'Neal said. My mama, just say Shaq's mom called him, told him, stop this silliness, leave him alone. So that's the end of the beef. You won't be hearing about it from my side anymore. Mama has spoken. Damn it. Said Lucille O'Neal earlier Saturday evening from her Orlando, Florida home. "It's not funny anymore seeing the things they're saying to each other. Need to squash this and move on." All right, respectful, but Pamela McGee, JaVale's mother, wants Shaq fired for cyberbullying. And there's a very serious conversation to be had about cyberbullying. I don't think this is one of them. "He cyberbullied my son." 30-minute conversation, totally inappropriate. Shaquille needs to lose his job or be suspended. The NBA needs to make a stand. And besides, what 45-year-old man will say, "I'm going to slap the shit out of a current player"? He berates Dwight Howard, he berates Kendrick Perkins, but he sits in a glass house, and when people throw back stones, it's an issue. No, he has to be held accountable. Francis, should Shaq be suspended for cyberbullying JaVale McGee?
If he was going to be suspended for that, then why don't we just start suspending everyone who comes to the games and hurls abuse at McGee? And then all of a sudden you'll have a good game of 15 to 16 fans that are watching every game, because we know that fans are critical of these players. We know that pundits are critical of these players. Was Shaq being a little bit specific towards McGee with his criticism? Of course he was. It all started when you look back, he made the montage of
Shaq and a fool.
Shaq and a fool, which was really funny. And by the way, I think that he highlighted as well when you watch it, like that his own. That he has like moments where people could make a montage about him, or how many missed free throws as that guy went through his career. You could have targeted him at that angle. But I think as soon as it started to get a little personable, I actually think that it had to be shut down. Because I think that it's starting to go into a territory where it was getting a little murky and they were getting really personal with their insults, and it would almost give an excuse to anyone who wanted to just kind of hurl that abuse back and forth to each other in the profession, where I think that it's good to keep it like all fun and some jabs back and forth. But when it started to get personal, no, I don't think that Shaq should lose his job. I think that he's right and says, all right, I think it went a little too far, and it's time to focus on a bigger picture here, not just be back and forth hurling insults.
Shaq's a clown. He's always been a clown. He was a clown when he played with Kobe Bryant. He was a clown when he went to the Heat. He's a clown on NBA and TNT. He's gonna poke fun at people. This is the definition of just being thin-skinned. Now, I know JaVale McGee has been the subject of Shaq's jeers and jabs for 7 years, and Shaq didn't fool. But look, it's not like Shaq is making up JaVale McGee's often hilarious mishaps. Now, what's crazy to me is Steve Kerr in an interview recently said, look, because of Shaq didn't fool, I had a different image of JaVale McGee, and then he started playing for us, and I love what he's seen. He's a great team player. These are all true. He's a good team player. The team likes to play around him. He's also thriving with Golden State because he's playing on a team, yes, that he's surrounded by 4 of the 15, 20 best players in the NBA. And when you get that much talent around you, everything goes up. His offensive rebound rate is like 3rd in the NBA. His PER for centers, offensive rebound rate amongst centers is like 3rd in the NBA. His PER is in the top 5 for centers. Again, all because of who he's playing with and his ability to grow with that. So if any other player was doing it as much as JaVale McGee, making all these mishaps and these silly plays and kissing grandmas on the sideline because he falls into them, you're going to get made fun of for that. And yes, Shaq has been picking at him for years. Who cares, JaVale? Why are you getting into such a big deal? And cyberbullying, man. Cyberbullying is actually something that's serious in many environments. Not between Shaq and JaVale McGee, Mrs. McGee, but Ms. McGee is simply standing up for her son. And what do you want her to be like? Look, JaVale, Shaq's right. Stop being a fool.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if JaVale's mom was like, I agree with Shaq?
That's when you know there's no comeback. Yeah, I think that's an important point. There is severe cases for cyberbullying out there. I think that it's got a powerful impact on people's lives. That's why partly one of the reasons why I released a Facebook video recently talking about, I can't believe this is crossing over, but Milo Yiannopoulos, where he feels like no words can really hurt someone on the internet. I strongly disagree. I think that words can severely hurt someone on the internet. If that person is going through some troubles and then you look to use those troubles to scrutinize them further, then I think that that's a clear problem. And I think that, yeah, there is some sensitive side to it and people are oversensitive at times, but I'm never going to take away from the fact that someone's life could be drastically impacted by a bombardment of abuse, specifically if it's racial, specifically if it focuses on issues that they're already kind of concerned about. So, I think this is not one of those examples.
You can pursue somebody legally with something called slander, which is written defamation of one's character. Of course words can hurt somebody. That's why there's a legal process to actually stop it. Now, to me, it would be even better if JaVale McGee sues Shaq for libel or slander. One is public defamation of one's character, the other is written defamation of one's character. If I can tap back into journalism school, I'd actually fucking know the difference between the two exactly. But I don't have it in front of me either, or you guys get the point. There'll still be some tweets. He doesn't know the fucking difference. Comment below. Like, favorite, subscribe. At Francis M. Maxwell. The M stands for Maxwell also on Instagram.
Francis Maxwell?
Francis Maxwell. At Jason Rubin 91 and at TYT Sports. And
How do you sound like Casey Affleck right now?
Happy Monday.